Hello everybody, it's Luke here to show you guys how to use Zoom. I know we used it already last week for small groups, but not everyone was able to get it to work perfectly or maybe had some questions about it. So I'm going to try to run through all the functions on Zoom, what you can do with your small group, and hopefully that clears up some things for everybody, and we'll have even better small groups each week as we go by. So first of all, you're going to get a link either in email or on our Facebook page with the Zoom call meeting. What you're going to do is either going to enter it in your phone or in your desktop computer. You can enter it into your browser. I'm going to show the desktop version first. So you're going to enter into your browser here. Zoom should direct you to a page and it should say Open Zoom. If you've already installed it, it will just take you right there. If not, it'll have to download first. What you're going to want to do is probably join in with your computer audio. Unless you can only use your phone, then you can dial in, but most people should be able to join with computer audio as long as you have some sort of microphone that you can be using. What's going to happen then is Zoom again is going to open up, and we should be able to see our video once we start that. Now, once you've arrived in the meeting, when we're doing small groups, everyone's going to join in the same meeting, and then eventually we're going to make it so only you are with your small group, but it'll take a few minutes for me to split everyone up. So until then, make sure your mic is muted so that you are not distracting everyone else. When there's 50 people in one Zoom call, it's pretty hard to understand what's going on. So when you're waiting in the large room, just hit the mute button. Don't worry about it. You can show your video if you want, or you could stop your video by clicking this button. Once you're with your small group, you can unmute yourself, but I recommend, especially for larger small groups, that you only have your mic unmuted when you are talking in turn, because if you don't do that and 10 people are talking at once, even with 10 people, it gets really crazy and confusing. Last week it was fun to kind of just mess around and to talk with one another because we hadn't seen each other for a couple weeks, but that's going to get pretty old if everyone's just kind of shouting out into their microphone. They have a bunch of background noise, your dog's barking, whatever it is. So just mute yourself, and then once you're called on by your small group leader, hey Luke, can you share about your week? Then all you have to do is unmute yourself to talk. You should be able to share your screen if for whatever reason you want to show people something on your internet or something like a picture or whatever. You can just hit the share button. You can chat. We had to do that in our small group last week because someone's internet wasn't working perfectly, so they couldn't really talk and understand each other well. So some of them had to use the chat function and just type out their answers. Hello, I'm doing well. And then everyone should be able to read it in the chat bar. You can add reactions if you want, if you want to clap or give a thumbs up to somebody, but those are just for fun, really. If you need to edit any of your audio settings, select the microphone. You're going to go to the mute button, just go to the arrow next to it, select your speakers. If you need to change anything about your video, the same thing, that arrow will give you the options to do so. If you're on your phone, you're going to click on the link either on Facebook or your text messages, or if you got it in the email, and then Zoom should open it up from there. Again, you can call using internet audio. That's the best if you're on Wi-Fi. If not, you can dial in, but that's probably going to use your phone services, so just be aware of that. Now that it's opened, again, in the bottom left corner, you can mute and unmute. You can stop the video if for whatever reason you need to. You can even hit share content and share different things like photos with your group if you want to show something fun to your small group. You can click on the photo that you want to share, and even when you're doing that, you can do things like drawing on it or highlighting certain sections of your photo, and others will be able to see this. This could be a fun small group game or interaction to show different photos that you've been taking throughout the week of your quarantine. And then you can also check out participants, make sure those in your small group are there. Again, you can do applause and thumbs up, stuff like that. You can chat if you need to, if someone is not certain if they can be heard or not, or if they're having problems. Chat is the easiest way to ask questions to your group. Of course, you can choose the forward camera or backward camera, flip those around, and turn on and off audio in the top left corner. Hopefully that helped, but if you need any further direction, go ahead and give me a call, email, text, whatever you need to do, and we'll get you set up. And hopefully we have amazing small groups that continue to connect even during this crazy time we're all isolated in our homes, it's important to still have community connections with our friends and our church family. So we ask that everyone who can make it Wednesday night to please join us, and let's have a great time with one another. See you guys later. Peace out.